Shouldn't everyone's perception of Jesus be not only identical?
Hey, so I wanted to address this part of your video. Shouldn't Jesus be looked like identical to everybody? And of course, go back to references for part one and part two for why he shouldn't. Now, of course, does he have a solid one real image? Absolutely. Is it the white Jesus, the Obi-Wan Kenobi funny thing? No. But should his identity be the same? But the answer is actually yes. Now, I talked about the differences about Jesus in different parts of time, past, before his birth, during his lifetime on earth, after his lifetime on earth with his heavenly body, and then, of course, his future reigning as king when he comes back during, like, the book of Revelation. But with so many different ideas of what Jesus looks like, here's something I really want to drive home with you. But to answer your question first and foremost, before I give the why, is yes, Jesus does look exactly the same to everybody. They will all identify Jesus. No matter what race, creed, or whoever, they will always identify exactly who Jesus is, and here's why. Jesus says that the sheep know the voice of their shepherd. Now, we know that Jesus is also known as the great shepherd. In other words, the greatest of them all. You always didn't usually have just one shepherd. Remember, there was multiple shepherds that went to visit the baby Jesus at his birth. Why? Because one was the head, or the great shepherd, and then you had the other shepherds underneath him. So Jesus is known as the great shepherd. Most pastors are known as shepherding a church or being a shepherd. And then, of course, the believers, the Christians, are known as sheep. And remember, sheep can sometimes bite, meaning we're all not perfect. But Jesus said himself that sheep know the great shepherd's voice. They know the shepherd's voice. Why? Because he brings protection, he feeds and takes care of them. So Christians will know who Jesus is. But what about those unbelievers? Because I did say that everyone will recognize who Jesus is. For that, we go to Revelation. When the great trumpet is blown, it says, all will look up and see Jesus and will say, there he is. Everyone will instantly know who he is and why he is there. No matter how and what you believe about the book of Revelation, about what kind of pre-trib or what kind of trib or no trib, the fact is when the trumpet blows, it says everybody will know instantly who he is, which means we, whether we recognize it or not, will instantly know who Jesus is the second that we see him.